Good evening, my name is Clinton Gray and I am essentially the creator of this video docudrama together with Steve McCurrach and Vanna Bartels. They came in to assist me with the filming of this short film. The short film itself is based on a situation that is not entirely isolated to our area where we are here in Zululand, but it is across South Africa where elderly folk, pensioners, are raising young children, essentially their grandchildren. There's a middle generation that is no longer there through illnesses and deaths, etc. So it's something close to my heart and as well as Steve, and we thought that in order to actually make our creation worthwhile rather than some fantasy or some sci-fi or etc., we would actually do something that hopefully will bring enlightenment, bring people's attention to the situation that we find ourselves in here in Zululand, where communities, we've got hundreds of kids being raised by pensioners where there really isn't enough money for these youngsters to get the necessary items to go to school, books, pens, the basics, let alone food. So in this film, short film, is really a real life portrayal of what happens in Mam Tetwa's house. Mam Tetwa is our lead actor. Mam Tetwa is 62. So Mam Tetwa is actually raising 12 children that are essentially her grandchildren. Her daughters have passed away and leaving Mam Tetwa to look after and raise these youngsters. And as I said, this is not an isolated case. So our one location is actually a rondavel. It's a round building here on the farm, and there's nothing to it. It was rough. We tied it up. We brought some items from Mam Tetwa, from her home, just to give it credibility as a traditional home. And we essentially had three scenes. We had the kitchen scene, which I'll go through the lighting for. We had the dining room, or the central table, which was the meal, the prayer, and also served as the final scene, reconciliation. And also we had the scene where Tabile and Pendile come back from school, and that is where they bring in the word accent, and you'll see them spell it out and repeat it in full. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go through each scene with you and show you how we lit it and what we lit it with. So hope you enjoy it. Let's take a walk around. All right, this is essentially our kitchen setup. We've got a few traditional vegetables. The lanterns, the hurricane lamps play obviously a major role in our situation because, you know, electricity is not a privilege. Coming around the back here, we've got a QL1000 with a softbox. So let's pop that on. That's our QL1000 at 1/16 of the power capability. In front of that, we're running good old traditional shower curtain, and on top of that is basically a painter's handle that has been used to help string along the diffusion. So that essentially is the lighting for scene one, along with the hurricane lamp. Very simple, and we tried, in order to as little lighting, to motivate the type of lighting with the hurricane lamp. Right, from there we're going to move over to our scene, the central scene. You'll see here we've got just having a chat. There's Mam Tetwa on the right. Give us a wave, Mam Tetwa. That's Mam Tetwa. Then we've got Pendile. Smile, Pendile. And Pendile in the back there. Come forward, Pendile, so we can see you. Pindile, and Tabila is the one that gets the telling off in the scene. So all right. So just coming back to look at this, what we've got going on here is our good old shower curtain here. Again, we're using a single shower curtain. Behind that is an umbrella with a diffuser in the front, well, basically umbrella diffuser, and a Kaiser 300 watt sitting at the back here. All right, just to give you an idea of what went on outside. Outside we had a loom, the loom cube, which was the small little loom cube, which we had on a little light stand with a blue gel to give us the blue sort of evening light that you can see coming through those windows in the film. And we also had coming through this door, where Vanna's, wave Vanna, say hello. That's Vanna, it's hiding there. Out the back here, we had another QL1000 backlighting Tabila and Pindile when they come in from school and into the rondavel here, and so the story begins. So essentially, that is the setup for the central scene, which takes place. Everything that happens around this central table is lit in this fashion, and then as we get to the last scene, we'll actually extinguish that hurricane lamp at the back, and it'll just be the one in the front here. We may even just keep it back on. We'll check that. I see it's doing a wonderful job of dirtying up the wall there. We'll turn that down in a fraction. Right, so that is essentially our lighting setup. It's very simple, and I think it covers the scene, and I'm quite happy with it. Right, I think that's it for our discussion on how we put it all together, and we'll get stuck into it. Thank you.